The safe was gone. So was she. And in its place, on my neatly made bed, a single sheet of paper, torn from my own notebook, written in her handwriting. "I've invested too much money in you, so I have the right to take it back." I stood there, holding the note with steady hands, while the empty floor where the safe had been gaped at me like an open grave. She thought she stole $400,000. She didn't realize she'd just buried herself. It wasn't always war. Growing up, I wanted nothing more than her approval. Straight A's, no drinking, no rebellion. I stayed quiet while she micromanaged my future like it was her second shot at life. She called it parenting. I called it debt. You wouldn't be here without me. I gave up everything for you. Love was conditional, sacrificial, transactional. The price? Me. But I paid my dues. Scholarships, double jobs, no vacations, no handouts. And still, she kept tabs. Whenever I saved a little, she asked, "What for?" Whenever I refused to lend her money, she whispered, "After all I've done?" She didn't raise a child. She raised a vault she thought she could crack. Last month, I told her about the safe. She was in the kitchen, stirring sugar into her tea like she always did. 3 loud clinks, then a slow spin. I said it casually, carelessly, like I didn't care if she knew. "Finally hit 400 grand, I said, "all locked up in the safe." Her hand paused mid-stir, just for a second, but that was all I needed. I saw it coming. The change in her tone, the forced smile, the phone calls she started taking in private, the way she lingered by my bedroom door, pretending to clean. And then that night, she was gone. So was the safe. She didn't even try to hide it. Just left a note, like I'd understand, like I'd forgive. I didn't. I smiled, because inside the safe wasn't money. It was a single stack of fake bills, rubber-banded, hollow, and a GPS tracker. I'd moved the real money months ago, diversified, quietly, digitally. The safe? It was bait. I'd grown tired of her subtle manipulations, the guilt trips, the late-night calls pretending to be sick, asking for a little help. The time she opened a credit card in my name and blamed me for leaving the paperwork out. So I decided to test her. 400 grand in a brand new biometric safe? No one could resist that temptation, especially not her. The tracker pinged in an abandoned garage 2 towns over. When I got there, she was already gone. But the safe sat in the back of a rusted truck, cracked open, gutted. The fake bills scattered like confetti. And there, on the floorboard, was her phone. Still logged in, still syncing to the cloud, and filled with enough evidence to burn every bridge she thought she had. I spent the next 2 days collecting. Text messages to a man named Doug discussing how she'd finally get paid back for raising that ungrateful brat. Screenshots of my bank apps she'd stolen from my unlocked phone. Photos of my safe, my bedroom, my ID cards. Even a voice memo, her practicing a story about how I'd gone missing and she needed emergency access to my funds. She wasn't just trying to steal, she was planning to erase me. So I went quiet. Let her think she'd won, while I filed identity theft charges, locked her out of everything, and emailed every family member, every friend who ever believed she was just a loving mom with the truth. Attached, the voice memo. She came back 3 days later, knocked on the door like nothing had happened. Her smile was hollow, her eyes frantic. "Let's talk," she said. I stepped aside, let her walk in, let her see the safe, back where it had been, sitting wide open and empty, like it was mocking her. She looked at me. I made a mistake." I stared back. "No, you made a choice." Then I handed her the letter from my attorney. Restraining order, full documentation, a pending lawsuit. She went pale. Her voice broke. "You're going to throw away your mother?" I nodded once. "You already did." She stepped back, something crumbling behind her eyes, and I closed the door. That was 6 months ago. The lawsuit's still ongoing. She tried to spin the story, said I forged the audio, said she was scared for my mental health. But it didn't work. Not with the paper trail, not with the photos, not with the truth. People say revenge is loud. Mine wasn't. It was silent, legal, surgical. She thought she took my money, but all she really took was the final mask off her face. And honestly, that was worth every cent.